Right Reverend Sir. We've been friends for 20 years. We've watched each other's children grow up. We've weathered our share of the joys and pains which are part of life. We've kept each other company in the tougher times and rejoiced with each other in the better ones. I'll always be grateful for the faith you had in a then baby priest to invite me and my family to come to the Diocese of Milwaukee to serve Trinity Church, Wauwatosa in 2004. Thank you for your confidence in me and for affording me the opportunity of a lifetime to share in ministry with such a loving and faithful group of God's people. I confess, though, I never imagined you would be leaving Wisconsin before me. Yes, Florida has good seafood, but you'll have to import the really good cheese and Kringle. Trust me on this. However, I know you are ready to take on a different pace of life, to spend more time with Cindy, pursue some new adventures, and also learn the ins and outs of being a member of Bailey's Pack. So, Stephen, Bishop in the Church of God, your friend Gary bids you Godspeed in your next chapter. I pray for good health, long life, and your continued joy and wonder in all God's works. Thank you for your witness to Jesus and for your love for the Manning family. Take good care. Blessings to you, Cindy, Lauren, and Haley. Happy, happy, happy retirement.
Kilmer Myers was the vicar of St. Augustine's on the Lower East Side during the 1950s. He wrote that the story of every parish should be a love story. Steve, is part of your legacy that the work you've done in Milwaukee and beyond has helped others know the love of God in and through their parish churches? You gathered a team, Peggy, Stephanie, and Gary, and with that team you brought and shared the Church Development Institute with people in Long Island and Georgia, in Michigan and Indiana. And because of that, more people have shared in the love of God and become faithful instruments of God's love in the world. I do hope you enjoy your retirement.
Well, Steve, it's hard to believe that it's been 17 years, and I will never forget the first time that I met you. You had come into the office to find out what each staff person did, and so we were talking about congregation development and transition ministry and parishes and all the things that are important to me, I discovered were important to you. And it was great. It was a wonderful conversation, and I thought, oh, this will be wonderful if we can continue. And sure enough, we could. And so it was in many, many, many conversations about our parishes, about our leaders, and how then can we be creative. And that's when Church Development Institute you brought in right away. And I am just grateful to you. I am privileged that you allowed me to be a partner in that. And I think that that program helped strengthen our parishes and our leaders and brought in lay leaders and saw us working together. And not only did we do it for the Diocese of Milwaukee, but for other dioceses, for other places. And that's the important thing that I think you brought, that you were for me, is that you really gave me encouragement, support, and confidence that I could do other things. And so to be on the faculty for Fresh Start, to be on the Transition Ministry Board, and to share what the Diocese of Milwaukee was about, and to bring back information, to work on the trends of the church, to do all kinds of things like that. I don't know if I could have done that without you. So your encouragement and your support and your guidance and just the many conversations about all the things in the church were so important for me personally. But I also see the fruit in our churches. I see the wonderful leaders we have, clergy and lay. I see the things that the parishes are doing, strengthening congregations, always important. And so that is just such a blessing to me, to our parishes, to this diocese. And I am so grateful for all that you brought and all that you have given us. So thank you, my friend. Enjoy your retirement. I will miss our many coffee conversations, but you will enjoy sitting on the porch, relaxing, and you deserve it. So enjoy.
Quoting Ecclesiastes, at least in spirit, Pippin sang, "Everything has its season, everything has its time." And he went on to do great things, accompanied by great challenges, to which he gave great effort. He made a difference. But his happiness wasn't to be found there, as we know it never is, but in something more ordinary. We would even say spiritual. So don't ask where I'm going, he concluded. Just listen. And when I'm gone, far away you'll hear me singing softly to the dawn. Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I've got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the sky. Thank you, Stephen. Godspeed, and go sing your song.
Greetings. I'm Paul Erickson, Bishop of the Greater Milwaukee Synod of the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America. Bishop Miller, in the 4 years that I've served in this office, I've come to know you as a person with a collaborative spirit, a keen mind, and a deep commitment to issues of peace and reconciliation in our world. I'm grateful that we've had the chance to work together, and I wish you a long and fruitful retirement. Mindful of the fact that you have reminded me on numerous occasions that you began your faith journey as a Lutheran, I'm curious to see what the future holds for you and for all of us. We will continue to hold you and the Episcopal Diocese of Milwaukee in our prayers as they engage in the process of naming your successor. And I look forward to continuing our strong collaboration as we discover together the future that God is preparing for us all. Blessings.
Hello, Bishop Miller. It doesn't seem possible, but it was 11 years ago that you first greeted me as one of the leaders of the religious communities here in Milwaukee. That smiling face of yours and that affable personality made me feel welcome and helped me to adjust into my new surroundings. But now it's 11 years later, and I'm offering you basically my good wishes as you retire from your position here as bishop. I know that you will continue on to do all the wonderful work that God will challenge you to do in service to His church, to Christianity, and to your community. However, I want you and Cindy to know of my prayers and good wishes and blessings for you as you approach the new challenges that you will now be facing. Oh, we all know as religious leaders, when we leave a vacancy, someone will fill it. But Steve, know that your work on behalf of our Christianity and our Christian faith, your work on behalf of the leadership, religious leadership of our community, and your work for the common good of our brothers and sisters will continue on long, long, long after you leave. God bless you again. My best to Cindy and my prayers for you both.
Greetings, Bishop Miller. It seems like All Saints Day 2003 was just yesterday, and so much has happened since then. I always have fond memories of sharing ministry with you here at All Saints, especially at ordinations, during Christmas, Holy Week, and Easter, and at the funerals of our good friends Tom Winslow and Steve Pay. However, I'll always be most thankful for those moments when we could just be Kevin and Steve. Times which you would stop by like on Thursday afternoons to pick up your vestments for the weekend and would just sit down and chat for a few minutes. times when we were able to share a drink or a cigar, times when you joined us at our home for fellowship, and those times when we would read evening prayer together. Jane and I offer you our sincerest best wishes for a well-earned retirement. We hope that you will be able to enjoy this new time with Cindy, time with your family, time at your new home, time with your new dog, and making new friends and spending as much time on the golf course as you want to. May the peace of God be with you this day and always.
When I joined the Jewish Community Relations Council and started doing interfaith work with you, Bishop Miller, you really were a friend. You showed me what it means to build relationships for the sake of relationships and for the sake of whoever knows what might come out of it. You taught me to see myself as a professional and that wasn't on purpose, that was just through talking. Like to see myself as somebody who mattered and somebody who could make a difference. And I'm so grateful for all the times over the years I was able to consult with you and to benefit from your counsel. And I wish you the very best as you do your next best thing. I hope that you get a chance to be a beginner at something. After all these years of being the top guy, I hope you can really enjoy the next years of your life, and I wish you only the best things. May you go from strength to strength.
Hello, Bishop Miller. Greetings from Holy Trinity Parish in Prairie du Chien. Through your leadership and willingness to support small parishes, we have been able to keep a presence of the Episcopal Church in the most western point of the diocese. We have appreciated your guidance when we were floundering and your acceptance of our input as we tried to carry out our mission statement, to seek God, to serve others, and to share the love of Christ. Personally, I have enriched my faith because of the role model you have been to me. I will forever hear your voice singing hymns by heart with vigor. At your encouragement, I have had the privilege to represent the Milwaukee Diocese at 3 General Conventions. This experience has enriched my life and has brought me closer to my goal of being a good and faithful servant. I wish you a long and blessed retirement. 17 years as a shepherd of this flock is indeed an accomplishment. God bless you and Cindy as you begin your new adventure.
Hello, Bishop Miller. Jill Heller here with Trustees of Funds and Endowments. On behalf of the entire TFE board, I want to thank you for your many years of dedicated service to trustees. And on a personal note, Dave and I want to thank you and Cindy for your neighborly hospitality in our shared town of Racine. We wish you many blessings in retirement.
Bishop Miller, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to serve and to represent you as Missioner for Community Engagement for our diocese. Friendships have been formed, relationships have been developed, bridges have been built, ministries have been launched. The hungry fed, the hurting held, human hearts helped. Bishop Miller, you have helped me. You encouraged me to dream about what can be. You trusted me to work toward what would be. You reminded me to continually strive for what needs to be. You taught me that a deacon is to be iconic, catalytic, itinerant, and diocesan. You urged me to embrace that. You supported me as I endeavored to live into that. For that, and for all that you have done for me, for all that you have done for the people and parishes of our diocese, and for all that you have done for the communities within our diocese, thank you, and may God continue to be your helper.
Greetings to the Episcopal Diocese and all convention goers. On behalf of the Interfaith Conference of Greater Milwaukee, which serves over 21 judicatories, including mainline Protestants, Roman Catholics, Jews, Muslims, Buddhists, Baha'is, Hindus, Latter-day Saints, Moravians, Pentecostals, Sikhs, Unitarian Universalists, and more. We congratulate Bishop Miller on his upcoming retirement. Throughout the years, Bishop Miller has tirelessly helped the Interfaith Conference to grow and take on issues that protect our religious freedoms and religious diversity, and has fought to give voice for the dignity of all. Bishop Miller will indeed be missed, both personally and with the conference. However, we will continue to build from the foundation that he has set. Thank you, Bishop Miller, and blessings in the next adventure.
I came to the Diocese of Milwaukee 5 years ago, and if you've had the experience of switching dioceses, you know it can be a little nerve-wracking. What will the culture be like? Will I make any friends? And most importantly, will I get along with the bishop? These questions are heightened when you come to a new diocese as a sexual minority. How will my family and I be received? Will we be safe? I remember distinctly walking up the stairs for the first time at Nicholson House with my husband in the fall of 2015. Bishop Miller was unfailingly kind to us both, and he told me that he was confident that we would thrive at St. Mark's. Well, it turns out he was right. He also took chances on me in positions of leadership, even though I was very new to the diocese. And for that, I am grateful. Bishop Miller, I hope your retirement is joyful, relaxing, and full of friends and family. And I hope that you find the time to work on those projects that always seem to get put off during a life of full-time ministry. Thank you for your welcome to me 5 years ago, and I wish you every blessing.
I came to the Episcopal Diocese of Milwaukee and to St. Andrew's here in Madison in 2006. But Bishop Miller, we've known one another a lot longer than that. We had several opportunities to have lunch together in the refectory at Virginia Theological Seminary when you, as a field ed supervisor, would come to meet with Gary Manning, who was your seminarian at the time. We've had lots of opportunities to work together for the benefit of the diocese and the greater church in the years that I've been here in Madison. But the project that I will remember most fondly was in 2011, when we worked together with the St. Francis House Board and the city to win approval for our partnership with a developer to build student housing on the land occupied by St. Francis House, thereby creating an income stream that will fund that ministry in perpetuity, and which rescued the St. Francis House endowment from the death spiral into which it had entered in the years leading up to that project. I hope that in this next phase of your ministry and vocation, you find projects that are every bit as energizing and as exciting as that St. Francis House project. And I hope that you and Cindy find time to walk together on the beach and enjoy the warm winters. Know that we will be thinking of you, and we will be jealous in January and February. Thank you, Bishop Miller, and Godspeed.
Stephen called me nearly 9 years ago to ask if I'd be willing to join with him to reduce gun violence in our respective cities, to develop a partnership. I was in Newark, New Jersey. He was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. There was a lot of gun violence in our respective communities. I agreed and thought that we could bring in a couple of other colleagues, Eugene Sutton from Baltimore and Jeff Lee from Chicago. And then Newtown, Connecticut happened. And within short order, we had dozens of bishops who wanted to do something to reduce gun violence. Stephen and I and Eugene Sutton and Ian Douglas became part of the co-conveners of Bishops United Against Gun Violence. And over the past nearly 9 years, we have developed a network of over 100 bishops who are committed to work to reduce gun violence on a national level and in their local contexts. I so appreciate his wisdom, his commitment, and his passion. Stephen, blessings on you for your extraordinary ministry that we have shared and the ministry that's uniquely yours in Wisconsin. Blessings to you.
Bishop Miller, a few years ago, you met a local church pastor who was trying to figure out what God was up to in nudging her to apply for a role outside the local church. You led a search committee, listening carefully to God's call, and you helped lead me into saying yes and learning what it meant to become an ecumenist. I'm ever so grateful for how supportive you've been of my ministry as I've been with the Wisconsin Council of Churches, and I'm ever so grateful for all you've done for ecumenism and for the Council over the years. Your building of connections across the body of Christ, your commitment to these shared values can't be counted. We wish you ever so many blessings on your retirement on behalf of the entire Council community. God bless.
Congratulations, Bishop Miller, on your retirement. It's amazing. It has actually been 17 years. I cannot tell you how much I value and appreciate your asking me to stay as your interim canon for the ordinary. For, I guess, about 3 years that we worked together, I had the privilege and blessing of being on this journey with you for those early years of formation in the diocese with a new episcopate. I got to know Cindy and the girls and the beautiful countryside of Wisconsin and the wonderful, wonderful people in that diocese. I will always be grateful to you for, again, asking me to journey with you. Many blessings. I hope to see you sometime in Florida.
Congratulations, Bishop Miller, on your retirement. I thought I'd record this little message just from one of the places that will have your legacy for many years to come, is the financial stability of the ministry at St. Francis House is, in a large part directly related to your commitment to campus ministry and to this place, and your foresight to do something a little bit different to keep this ministry funded. I wish all the best for you and Cindy in your retirement. I hope you enjoy every minute you spend in a pew and not up necessarily in the bishop's chair on Sunday morning, that you would learn to relish life of prayer from the pews. And from another chair, your recliner at home, I hope you doze off during many Tiger baseball games with a Verner's in your hand. Congratulations and best wishes.
Hi everybody, Timothy Dolan here. I happen now to be Cardinal Archbishop of New York, but my thoughts are never far from my beloved Milwaukee, where I had 7 happy years as the pastor of the Catholic family there. And one of my happy memories is, ta-da, Stephen Miller. Steve, it's great to salute you again. I think of you with gratitude and with affection. We became pretty good friends, didn't we? We got together a lot. Never will I forget when we'd get together and talk about what we're going to preach on. Remember? We do that once a month, and we kind of go over the readings and get our homilies together. I never told my people that I was plagiarizing or copying off an Episcopalian, but
the sermons went over pretty well, Steve, so thank you for your insights. Thanks for your leadership. Thanks for your friendship, and God bless you in the years ahead. Come see me in New York.
Congratulations on your retirement, Dad. We remember the day they called and told us you'd been elected Bishop of Milwaukee. They put the phone on speaker and said to you, "Hear your people sing." They were singing Earth and All Stars, your favorite hymn. It was then we knew you were meant to lead this diocese.
We know that this will be bittersweet for you, but you'll always have the memories of the great experiences you've had here.
We will remember the amazing friends, parishioners, and colleagues we've met along the way, those who are with us and those who've passed on.
You have always been such a strong spiritual leader, both for our family and for the Episcopal Church, and your dedication to this ministry is unwavering, and we know that that will not change in retirement.
We love you, Dad. We're so proud of the work you've done here.
Have a happy retirement, and we can't wait to relax with you in Florida.
Hi, everyone. It's hard to believe it's been almost 18 years since Steve came to me and told me that his name had been entered into the search process for the Bishop of Milwaukee. I had never been to Wisconsin, and now, 17 years later, we'll always remember it as the place where we bought our first home together and raised our two beautiful girls. And we'll always have memories of the experiences we've had in this diocese and our experiences traveling as a bishop's family to House of Bishops meetings and conventions across the country. Steve, you've known since you were a boy that you were called to this type of ministry, and you've done it so well. You've worked hard for this diocese and for our family, and now you deserve a time to relax, free of meetings and busy scheduling. But I know you will always continue to find time to support the church, as that is really your gift and your calling. Lots of love to you, honey, and although I will miss the beauty of Wisconsin's snow-laden fir trees in the winter, I am looking forward to this new chapter of our life under the palms. Goodbye to everyone. We will remember you fondly. Thank you for all your kindnesses through the years, and best wishes to you all in the years to come.